What is up, Taters, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going over the new YOUNGLA for Her drop that is dropping this Friday, September 19th at 12 p.m. PST, 2 p.m. CST, and 3 p.m. EST. So as always, have your calendars marked, your alarm set. I, of course, will be sharing a countdown over on my Instagram stories the day of launch, just in case you guys need that little extra reminder. You can turn on the notifications for that, and it will alert you when the drop does go live. And as always, y'all know the drill. Before we get all the way into this try-on haul, let's go ahead and go over my height, weight, and measurements. I have been in a cut for the past few weeks, so my measurements and weight have changed. I am still 5'8", but I am 140 pounds now, and my measurements now are 34, 26, and 40. That is a bust waist hip ratio, and don't worry, I will be sharing every single size I choose to get in every single item. All right, and first things first, we have the new colorways of the Legacy sports bras. So these are going to fit and feel the exact same as the previous Legacy sports bras that YOUNGLA for Her has given us. However, they are going to come in 3 new colorways. Okay, scratch that, 2 new colorways, but they are going to be restocking one of the colorways. In these sports bras, we are going to be getting all 3 colorways that you see here. We are going to be getting a new royal blue colorway, this red colorway that I do have on here, and then we are going to be getting a restock of the black colorway. Now, in these sports bras, I did choose to stick to my typical size medium. Love the way that these fit. I do suggest staying true to size on these. And then, of course, we are going to get all the same details that we know and love from the Legacy sports bras. We are going to get removable cup pads. You can either choose to leave them in or take them out, whatever you please. And you do get adjustable straps on these. And then you do get this pretty thin back line strap. I love this because it shows off the back gain so well, but it also really holds you in. Like, these are some of the most supportive sports bras that YOUNGLA for Her has ever made. And then, of course, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what the blue colorway looks like on. Again, we're going to get the exact same details as all the other Legacy sports bras on these. And then, of course, here is the black colorway. And yet again, same details as all the other Legacy sports bras. All right, and now moving on to the new colorways of the Core Luxe Seamless Shorts. Now, these are not going to fit like the Core Luxe or the Core Seamless that we've gotten in the past. These are a completely redesigned material. I absolutely love this material. Like, this is hands down my favorite material that YOUNGLA has made thus far. Really quickly, for comparison, I wanted to show you guys what the Core Luxe, and the new Core Luxe look like. So this is the original OG Core Seamless. Of course, you get the little logo there. You do get a kind of different type of waistband on these. I honestly love the Core material. I love the butt scratch on it. I love everything about the Core. They just reinvented it a little bit more, and now it's my absolute favorite. Vis-a-vis original Core Luxe that we got in the past, these do fit a little bit more stiff in my opinion. They didn't have quite as much stretch as I was wanting. You of course do get the same waistband, same length in the legs, same butt scrunch, different logo, but these for some reason never fit just like perfect in my opinion. But these are the new material of the Core Luxe Seamless Shorts that we're gonna be getting. These are amazing. The fabric of these has way more stretch and give to them than the other Cores. I love these. They do have your booty scrunch. They do have your typical logo in the back. I absolutely love these. These are my favorite shorts. I don't know how many times I could say that, but these are my absolute favorites. Like I just mentioned, since these do have a lot more give and stretch to them, I did have to size down to a size small. I'm typically a size medium now since my cut. However, I got a medium and it was just a little too big and baggy. So I did go ahead and get a small, but I do still have the medium on hand. So I wanted to show you guys sizing difference. So the front short is the small, and then the back short is the medium. Okay, I know it doesn't look like there's a huge difference in between the sizing on these. One is just a tiny bit shorter and one is just a little bit wider, but these have such good stretch to them. This is how a small fits on me. Honestly, love these, but I do suggest sizing down one size just because you don't want a whole bunch of like bunchy fabric here, and I have a feeling if you stay true to size, you might get that. Now, in these new Core Luxe shorts, we are going to get the same 3 colorways as we are the sports bras. So we are going to get this royal blue colorway, the red colorway that I have on here, and then we are also going to be getting a black colorway. Again, I know we've seen plenty of black shorts, however, these are in that new Core Luxe material. So these fit absolutely amazing. I did still size down to a small in the black colorway, the blue colorway, and the red colorway. Don't you worry, we're going to be going over cellulite coverage and the squat test on all 3 colorways of these here in just a sec. All right, I'm bringing you guys down so that I can show you how these smalls are fitting on me. This is going to be the normal length of the shorts without scrunching them up. I personally prefer to scrunch mine up just a little bit more. I like to put the bottom seam right underneath my glutes. It helps give a little plumpness to the glutes, so that's a little trick for my girly pops, but I did want to go ahead and show you guys what length coverage looks like scrunched up versus how it normally should be worn. I've been going over cellulite coverage on these. I do typically have some cellulite poking through on my thighs right here and some rippling on my glutes. However, I am not seeing it show through on these shorts. And then I did want to go ahead and show you guys rise where I put the seam right under my glute. As you guys can see, it just makes the glute pop just a little bit more. All right, and then going over the squat test in these. As always, I am wearing nude underwear underneath these, but I'm not seeing anything show through, so I would say that these pass the squat test. Then I would say that this material in particular does provide quite a bit of cellulite coverage. It's kind of like a really stretchy yet thick material. And here's what the blue colorway looks like on. Again, I have one side that's pulled down to its normal length, and then I also have this one scrunched up to my preferred length. Then again, as far as cellulite coverage goes, I do typically have rippling right here along my thighs, and then I do have rippling on my glutes. However, I'm not seeing it show through on the blue on these, so I would say that these do provide a good amount of cellulite coverage. And here is a squat test in the blue. Again, I am wearing nude underwear. If we were gonna see anything, it would be probably about like right here though, and I'm not seeing anything show through, so I would say that these do pass the squat test. And then I quickly wanted to show you guys what the size medium looks like on me. As you guys can see, I have a lot of like extra fabric here in kind of like the mid-ish section. Now I will say that the band along the bottom fits the exact same on the smalls and the mediums, so you're gonna get the same amount of compression here. The waistband isn't quite as compressive either, but I just have a lot of like extra loose fabric. I don't know if you guys can see just how much stretch these have to them, so that's why I am suggesting, especially if you're in between sizes, I would go ahead and size down in these. All right, and lastly, here is the black colorway. Again, I have it scrunched up on this side to my preferred length, and then this one is the regular length that they should fit just normally. And then going over cellulite coverage on these, I of course typically have my rippling here and here. However, I'm not seeing anything show through, especially in the black. Black is usually the best color to wear if you're really worried about cellulite, but I do have to say the material on all three colorways is so great because it really doesn't show any cellulite. And then going in for a squat test in the black colorway. Again, I'm not seeing anything show through on these, so they do pass the squat test. All right, and next up we have the new Drift halter tanks, which is what I have on here. Now I did choose to get 3 out of the 4 colorways. So the tank that I'm wearing here is white, and if you see a little stain on the front of this, it is no fault of the shirts, it is a fault of mine. So please ignore that. Anyways, moving on, I did choose to get the red colorway, the white colorway, which I have on here, and the navy colorway. Now in the navy and the white colorway, I did choose to get them in a size small, but in the red colorway, I did choose to get in a size medium. Now don't worry, I will be trying on all 3 colorways so that you guys can see the difference in sizing and of course colors. And then we are going to be getting this Drift halter tank in a black colorway as well. Going over all the details on these, we are going to get a built-in sports bra on these. So as you guys can see, there is kind of like a double lined sports bra there. You also get removable cup pads. You can either choose to leave them in or take them out, whatever you prefer. And then of course we are going to get these racing stripes down both sides of the tanks, as well as this little YLA logo here. Very discreet. And then of course, as the name suggests, we are going to be getting a halter neck on this, so you do get a nice open back concept, which means you get to show off the back gains. On these halter necks, you do get a little bit of adjustability here. You can choose to tighten or loosen however much you need. Now in all sports bras, I'm typically a size medium. However, in these, I do feel like the size small fits me a little bit better, just because of the part where it grabs on the midsection. All right, and here's what the red colorway in a medium looks like on me. As you guys can see, it's not quite as snug as the small is in the midsection. However, everywhere else it's fitting me literally exactly the same. So this is how a medium fits on me all the way around. Just wanted to give you guys a full look at the sizing difference between the small and medium to help you guys choose what size is best for you. And here's what the navy colorway in a small looks like all the way around on me. As you guys can see, it is just a little bit more snug. This is how I prefer it to fit. So go ahead and choose whatever size you think is going to fit you best. I would mainly try to base sizing off of midsection. All right, next up we have the new Drift track pants, which is what I have on here. We are of course going to be getting these in the same 4 colorways. We got all of the Drift halter tanks in, so we are going to get them in the white colorway, which I have on here, the navy colorway, the black colorway, and the red colorway. All right, and bringing you guys all the way down so that I can show you length on these. Now I did choose to get these in a size medium. I'm typically a size large in all track pants. These honestly run just a little bit bigger in the waistband than our typical track pants that we get from YOUNGLA for Her. So in my opinion, I would suggest sizing down 1 size in these if you are in between sizes. Otherwise, you do get a drawstring in these, so you can tie them up if they are just a little bit loose in the waistband. And since I am 5'8", this is where the length is hitting on me. Remember, if you are on the shorter side, you can always roll the waistband once and it will bring the pants up about 2 inches. So now these are high waters, but I do prefer them to be just a regular length since I am a tell a gal. And then going over the details on these, we are gonna get some cool like racing stripes down both sides of the legs. You are gonna get this Young LA logo down the left side of the leg. And then we are of course going to get zippable pockets on both sides of the sweatpants. And then we are gonna get this little Velcro pocket on the right cheek. And then as far as material on the inside, these of course feel just like any other track pant that we've gotten from Young LA or Young LA for Her. You're gonna get that mesh kind of lining on the inside, and then you are gonna get kind of that windbreaker material on the outside. All right, and next up we have the new drift jerseys, which is what I have on here. We are gonna get these in 3 different colorways. I do have 2 out of the 3 on hand. I do have the red colorway, which is what I have on here, but I did also grab the charcoal colorway in this. And then as far as sizing goes, I did choose to get these in a size large. So this is how a large fits on me. I honestly love how it's oversized, but not too oversized where if I wear a pair of shorts underneath, you can't see them as I'm walking, because I kind of like how this one looks without it being like tucked and styled how I typically do oversized items. So this is a size large in the red colorway. We are going to get all the same kind of like design details on each of the colorways on these. We are also going to be getting a cream colorway, by the way. I just completely forgot to mention that because I got stuck on the red. All right, and here is the charcoal colorway, again in a size large on me. As you guys can see, some of the detailing changes as far as colorway goes, just a tiny bit depending on which colorway you choose. And then for a little full fit inspo, I did want to go ahead and share with you guys that the Hourglass seamless shorts in the orange kind of like yellowy colorway goes perfect with the yellow that's on these jerseys. Like imagine that underneath. Isn't that so stinking cute? Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know since these are still in stock on the website, and I am a size medium in these. And then I also wanted to go over kind of like fit and feel on these. I know these are called the drift jerseys, however, they do not feel like a jersey material at all. They feel just like a little bit of a thicker long sleeve. There is not going to be any fuzzy or any separate material on the inside. It feels like it's like a stretchier, thicker t-shirt material. It almost feels like a really, really thin crew neck, in my opinion. All right, and next up we have the new drift hoodie, which is what I have on here. Now we are going to be getting these in 2 different colorways. I of course have the black colorway on here, which honestly is more of like a black washed colorway. And then we are also going to get this in a cream colorway. So exact same coloring, exact same pattern, exact same design. It's just going to be on a cream colored hoodie instead of like a black washed colored hoodie. And then as far as sizing goes, I did choose to get this in a size extra large. I noticed that these run just a little bit shorter than your typical hoodie. So I like to have a little bit of length to mine. So I did choose to get this in a size extra large. So this is how a size extra large is fitting on me, and as you guys can see, all the cool little details that come on these hoodies, like I love these hoodies. And then the inside material on these is going to be kind of like that terry material. I did wear this to the gym and it didn't leave any fuzzies on my body, even though I sweat in it really, really hard. So I love the inside material being like this. All right, and last item that we have are the new drift cargo jeans, which is what I have on here. I will be removing the hoodie here in just a second so that I can show you guys how like waist and everything is fitting on me. But look how stinking cute the hoodie paired with the jeans is. I love this. I just love this collection. All right, and bringing you guys down quite a bit so that I can show you length and everything on these. These are a size small. I love the way that these fit. Like they're just so stinking cute. These are gonna come in 2 different colorways. So we're gonna get this black wash here, and then we are also gonna get these in a blue wash. And then of course we are gonna get the cutest little cargo pockets on both sides of these jeans. And then these jeans are also gonna come with that little adjustable tab on the inside where it's like an elastic, which I had to take in just a little bit on this small so that they fit my waist perfectly. You are going to get the adjustable bands on both sides of these jeans, so you can cinch them in on both sides so you don't have to wear a belt with these, which I absolutely love that Young LA for Her does this. And then as you guys know, since I am 5'8", this is how the length is fitting on me. I love these. Now you can wear these just a little bit more high rise for my girls that are a little bit shorter. It will bring the length up just a little bit. I'm working my way into being a little bit more of a low rise gal, so this is like mid-rise for me, I think, but I love how the length is on these. All right, and while that is everything that I have on hand from the new drop that's happening on Friday, it is not everything that's going to be dropping. Young LA for Her is also going to be dropping some drift trucker hats. These are going to come in a navy colorway, an olive and tan colorway, and a white and black colorway. And of course, these are all going to be a one size fits all. It's just with the bangs. I can't really pull off hats anymore. Alrighty guys, that is everything that's dropping from YOUNGLA for Her on September 19th. Hope this try on haul was helpful for you guys. As always, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to drop them down below in the comments, message me over on my Instagram, or message me over on my Snapchat. I am more than happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. And as always, don't forget to use code TATER. It will save you off of any YOUNGLA or YOUNGLA for Her purchase, and it does help directly support me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. It means the entire world to me, okay? So I love you, my taters, my little tater gang. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you later, taters. You guys wanna hear something really cool? I'm on the YOUNGLA for Her website. I am flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. I'm flattered. That is so cool. I never see myself on that site, and I saw myself on the site the other day. Whenever they put the preview up, I will have the preview linked down below so that you guys can go and view all of the items beforehand. You can go ahead and like choose your cart and everything that you want before launch happens. That way you guys aren't like scrolling and stuff sells out and all that stuff, because I know how that goes. It's quite annoying. But yeah, anyways, I will have the preview linked, but I'm on it if you want to go check it out or something. This is so cool. But anyways, yeah, I thought that was really, really cool. It's like a surreal moment for me. But I should probably skedaddle, skedaddle. But yes, I should probably go and edit this so that you guys have this in plenty of time before the launch. That way you guys know what sizing to get and how everything fits and feels. So I'm gonna go do that. You guys go and enjoy the rest of your day. I love you bunches, and I will see you next time. Mwah.